Hello, everyone. Welcome back to part 2 of our finale for Realms and Roleplay, Sovereign of Death. Where we last left off, our heroes were in a bit of a bind. Madie ran into a skeletal version of her father, and before they could figure out what action to take, Calderon appeared and teleported away with Madie in tow. So we are going to split our time between 2 separate scenes, and we'll do that while the party is split until you all come back together. If combat breaks out, we'll operate in initiative order, but until then, you can act freely. So we're going to go to Madie first. So you appear in this void space. You're standing on a stone platform on the ceiling of the palace, and there's this dark purple mist that surrounds you. It's very similar to the energy that you saw come off of Aria earlier, and that you saw oozing down the sides of the palace. And standing before you, clad in black armor and wielding a broadsword, you see Bathos Tyrannica, and he's a white dragonborn. And next to him, you see Skulldana, who you met earlier. And the two of them are sitting on thrones, side by side. And next to you is
our couple,
Calderon. And you see Calderon has a gaping hole in his chest, presumably from when he was shot with the giant crossbow in your last fight, and you see that his eyes are glowing gray and they're emulsive, and he has this very blank stare as he's standing there. So yeah, you're standing in front of Bathos and Skulldana. They look at you, and Skulldana reaches out her hand, and this dark green energy that you see from Calderon's eyes leaves his eyes and goes into her hand. And as she closes her fist on the last of the energy, his body drops to the ground lifeless. And you see Bathos looks at you and he says, "The last human. You are hard to track down."
I mean, I haven't really been hiding out.
Do you know what's happening here?
Well, I have some clues, but I'd love to hear it from you.
We are doing something that should have been done a long time ago. With this ritual, and with your help, we're going to end the violence that's plagued our land for too long.
Violent rituals don't usually end violence, but yeah, sure, tell us more.
So Skulldana speaks up and she says, all you need to do is decide if you're going to allow the ones you love to suffer, or if you're going to put an end to it right now.
Okay, I'm going to need some more details here, because from what I can tell, you've brought a lot of violence in.
Can you make a perception check for me?
Sure.
And to be clear, this is just Madie standing in front of this terrifying power couple, right?
Yes, it's just me. Okay,
Are you still dressed like an elf?
Yes, I am.
I wasn't trying to hide.
A non-natural 20.
Awesome. So, in the mist, you see that there's a small pocket where the dark swirling energy sort of goes around and creates this air pocket. And standing in the air pocket, you can see Kit. And Kit looks at you, and in your head, you can hear Kit telepathically speaking to you. And Kit says,
Told you there's more with this cat. It wasn't just a random possession.
Kit says, I am sorry that you're in this position. I did my best to protect you, but I wasn't strong enough.
What position am I in? I try to think back to her.
So Kit has established a message with you, so you are able to communicate telepathically with Kit. And so Kit says back to you that Bathos and Skulldana intend to take your soul and use it to destroy life as we know it.
Yep.
They want to reshape the world in their image.
Okay, cool. I give her a wink. I'm like, yeah, pretty much that's what was going on. Okay, so I turn back to Bathos and Skulldana and I go, what exactly do you need me to do?
So we're going to pause on that scene and cut back to the rest of the group. So you all are in the hallway and you just saw Calderon take Madie. And you're there with Anne, who looks like she's undergone some kind of transformation, and a Minotaur skeleton version of Madie's father. And you see Anne has 2 daggers in her hands, and she's like, she's looking at you, Aria. She's like, what's it gonna be? Are you gonna join us, or are you gonna die?
I think there's a third option.
You see...
What do you guys think?
What'd you say?
I said, what do you guys think?
I mean, I'd love to hear your third option, Aria.
I would like to quietly eat a melon. Just
go ahead and roll a d20.
that is a 6.
Awesome. So you get 10 HP back.
Yeah, so I'm looking very intently into their eyes while just going.
So as you're eating this melon, you see Krondok's like skeletal sockets staring blankly back at you, and he extends a hand and says, "There doesn't need to be violence."
Do you know what the King of the Dark, what was his name? The Dark King?
King of the Dead.
King of the Dead, there we go, is going to do with your daughter?
I have no daughter.
Oh, I mean, she just got, you do. Her name's Madie? You raised her.
In my past life, Madie was my daughter, but now I am a servant of the Sovereign.
So you're cool with whatever they're doing to her right now. You're just fine with it.
Madie's sacrifice is destiny. She's saving us all.
Oh, no. Okay. Aria, I'd love to hear your third option right now.
I try to use my wings to, like, with a quick burst of air, fly over, Mr. Bullhorn towards the door.
Okay, awesome. So, go ahead and do an athletics check.
Can I argue for acrobatics?
Go for it, yeah.
Yes. Okay, let's see, digital dice. That is an 18.
Awesome. So, you spread your wings, and Anne and Krondok are stunned for a moment, and you're able to fly past him and burst out of the door.
As they're watching her fly over, I'm going to stab Krondok.
Okay, awesome. So,
Surprise attack!
So,
At the same time, I'd like to just give a big old bash to Anne.
okay. So, we're going to start combat. I'll give you a surprise round. So what's going to happen is we'll resolve what happens to Aria, and then you two can do your attacks, and then we'll operate in turn order from there. So, Aria, you burst out of the door, and you see that there is a dark mist swirling around the roof. You can see that there's a stairway about 15 feet from where you're flying, and on top of the stairway is a throne, or 2 thrones where Skulldana and Bathos are, and you can see Madie there with them also. You also see a succubus who smiles at you, and they're like
Sweet.
sitting on the ledge, sort of eating some kind of rotten fruit, and there's like a worm coming out of it. And when they see you, they throw it down and they say, "I was hoping you would show up. I still need to kill you and your friends." So that happens when you fly through the door. Win, go ahead and roll your surprise attack on Krondok.
Does a 21 hit?
It absolutely does.
Excellent. And would you say that I either had advantage or this was a sneak attack in some way?
Well, I do say that I think you have advantage, and it is
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, just in case, listen, I'm going to make that roll one more time just in case I get a 20. Just
in case, yeah.
Yeah, no, we're going to keep that 21. And then, of course, I'm going to do some lovely damage with my rapier. And then my sneak attack, which is 4d6.
Awesome. Go for it.
So an 8 plus 13 is 21 damage.
Great.
So did any of our party members, like Orpheus, Keith, Fatima, etc., did they pick up what we're laying down? Are they going to be dishing out some damage?
So they do not get to take a turn in the surprise round.
They haven't been with us as long. They didn't see our subtle eye movements.
They're not synergized just yet. And Orpheus kind of looks at you, Win, and she's like, "Oh, we're fighting? It's been a while. Sorry." And you see Keith is like in a book, and he's like, "Oh, okay." And he like pulls the knife out of the book.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Your girlfriend
Excuse me.
just
He's
got
reading a
kidnapped,
book. I was kidnapped.
The title of the book on the binder says "How to Save Your Girlfriend." Then he pulls the knife out of it. And
He pulls a knife out of the book. Oh,
so you get 21 damage. So you mess up Krondok. So let's see. My damage calculator is. Oh, it's working. Awesome. So you lash out at Krondok, and you see that he stumbles backwards and readies his weapon. Marty, go ahead and roll your attack against Anne.
That is... I'm doing my great axe. That is 14 plus 6 to hit. Does 20 hit?
Yes, it does. Absolutely.
That is D12 plus 3. That is 8 damage.
Awesome.
And I could get, so in a surprise round you get to use all your actions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's 8 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got second barbarian attack. Does a 24 hit?
Absolutely.
Then I don't apply my damage bonus to this one, right? Well, actually, this is another normal attack.
Yes.
So that's 14.
Awesome.
So 14 plus 8, that is 22.
You just wanted to beat me.
So, but before you roll your third attack, what kind of weapon do you have again?
Great axe.
So you, Anne's she's been talking a lot of mess. And so you bring your great axe down, and completely just obliterate Anne, and she falls backwards down the stairs dead.
She was a zombie, right?
I'm conflicted about it.
So Anne is dead. You
like super dead, right? Like not like undead, dead. We're gonna see her as a skeleton later. Like she's dead.
You slashed her, and she fell back down the stairs dead.
Is she dead the first time or the second time? Like, do we think this is a second death?
So you could do an investigation check, but you're in the heat of battle right now. So you still have one attack left because you get 3 attacks, right? So if you wanted to, you could use that attack on Krondok.
if I'm in a rage. I don't think I'm currently in a rage though.
Okay, yeah, you're
so
not. So
I can, as a bonus action, enter a rage. But also, we've got a whole lot of combat to do. So as a bonus action, I will do an investigation check. Just like I hit her, and like she just goes like flying down the stairs. I'm like, I just like do like a little squint. Just like, did she actually die?
Go ahead and roll investigation with disadvantage.
Ah!
You're trying to investigate someone as you knock them down, rocket them down the stairs.
That's a non-natural one.
Awesome. So she's dead. Yeah.
All right.
She's dead. So
I believe it.
So
I turn around and go like, hey.
Awesome. And so now we're going to operate in turn order. So it's Bathos' turn. So we're going to cut back to you.
But Bathos isn't in combat.
Yeah, we're not. We're in combat. You did burst through the door.
So
burst through the door, but not in
yeah.
combat.
So we're operating in turn order. A fight has not broken out yet where Madie is. If a fight breaks out, this would be his turn to act. So you asked what it is that he wants of you, and you see he pulls a bottle from next to his throne, and Skulldana takes a glass and he pours a drink, and he says, "I would like for you to drink with us."
Are you going to drink from the same bottle, or is this like a special bottle that's going to do something extra bad to me?
You see Skulldana has another glass in her hand. Bathos motions to a glass next to him, and he's like, "We wouldn't let you drink alone. That's just rude."
Aw, that's nice.
And so you're going to pour it in your glass.
He's like, "If you insist." So he sets your glass down like in front of him. He picks up his glass, pours some for Skulldana, and he motions to you.
Yeah, see, here's the thing. I'm not really much of a drinker. Like, never touch this stuff. It's not a thing for me. Just really, it's like it makes me kind of crazy and feel kind of bad. You don't want like a kind of messed up human, right? You want me to be like perfect, pristine. So why don't you two have a drink? Let's talk a little more.
You see, they look at each other, and he sits back and he's like, "If you insist." And he drinks from the chalice. As he drinks, you see that some of the dark energy from around starts to close in on he and Skulldana and starts to kind of seep into them. And that is his turn. We're going to go to Win. You're in the hallway now.
Technically, Skulldana also drinking that drink. That she technically took her turn as well.
They haven't gotten into combat yet, so they're not actually operating.
But technically.
P.S. Y'all, I'm sorry if I made them more strong, but just, don't know what's gonna happen.
So
No, it was right that you didn't drink it. Listen.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
I'm proud that you resisted an opportunity.
Firsthand, that's not a good thing.
What would you like to do, Win?
Oh, hi. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna stab the dad again. Well, he's not even her dad. He denounced her. So this traitorous ex-father.
Go for it.
Traitorous ex-father.
All right. That was not very good. That was an 11.
Okay, it's nothing wrong with an 11.
But it doesn't. Does it hit?
It doesn't. But it was a good try.
Okay.
So you reach out to try to hit him, but he blocks it with his bone forearm. And now it is...
No. Bonus action. Disengage. Move up the stairs out of his range.
Awesome. So you slash at him, and he blocks it. And as he does, you sneak past him. As you walk out onto the roof, you see Aria's there, and you see Mohr, the succubus that you all ran into. in Stone Snarry, and he is discarding a rotten apple that he was eating, or rotten fruit of some kind. And if you would like, you can also make a perception check.
Oh, I'd love to do that. That's an 18.
Awesome. So on an 18, you can see that there is a swirling pit in the center of the roof. This pit seems to be supernatural, as in it's not a part of the architecture of the building. The pit is dark green and black, and the dark purple energy is seeping up out of the pit. At the center of the pit, you see that there is an altar, and laying on the altar is Elder Son Robin, and his chest is cut open.
Oh no!
And you see that he's dead on the altar.
Oh, it was Elder Son.
More like Elder Stunned. I'm
Do I have a
stunned right
rage
now.
Ability? I'm like
stunned.
To petition the court for a rage ability.
Aria, you feel this dark energy that's inside you bubbling up.
Yeah.
And so,
Sure
Wynn,
is.
is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
That's all of my turn. I just want it clear. I'm at the top of the stairs, so if Marty needs help, I can turn around and shoot with my ranged weapons.
Awesome.
I'm just no man left behind. We're all being careful now.
Absolutely. Hey, Marty, what's your armor class, bud?
Why are you asking, bud?
Oh, no reason.
I've got a 16 armor class, bud.
Awesome. So you see Wynn slip out, and you feel a which direction is Marty facing at this moment?
Marty is, I think, still facing like down the stairs. Like he was glancing over,
Yep.
but like he had just squinted down there.
Awesome. So
he's
as
still
you're
a little bit,
squinting, and you have the ability to see, and you have dark vision, you see Anne shambling back up, and she has these long fangs, and she's like hissing at you as she's rushing up the stairs. She's going to take a claw attack at you. So an 18 hits. So she's going to hit you for...
I feel like Carmen lied about her being dead.
Yeah. I feel like I was told, like, hey, before you take your next action, she's dead.
You rolled a 1.
Relax.
Yeah, you didn't roll well.
So she hits you for 12 points of damage. And can you give me a strength check for an opposed grapple? You need to beat a 5.
I lose 12, and I need to roll strength, you said? So that's a d20 plus my strength modifier?
That's correct.
Does a 19 block?
Absolutely. So she swipes at you, and you see she tries
like to roll the suplex if possible.
So you, on your turn, if you would like to do a wrestling move, you can certainly try. But so she tries to grapple you, but you're able to hold her at bay for now. And now it's Madie's turn. So Madie, Bathos and Skulldana have finished their drinks. There's this called chalice in front of you with this mysterious drink in it. What would you like to do?
Okay, so now really what do you need me to do?
You see he sets his glass down and he's like, I'm a reasonable man. And I think that everyone should have free will. So I ask you now, how much do you care about your friends? Because they're all going to die unless you stop this from happening right now.
Okay, see, here's the thing. You keep, like, talking around the thing, and I know you're, like, sitting on the throne, and you're, like, this big dragon guy or whatever. Just be straight with me. What do you need me to do?
Skulldana,
Don't forget about my friends and all the rest of it.
Skulldana looks at him, and she's like, so disrespectful. And she says, listen, all right, you're the last human. You're the final ingredient that we need for the ritual. We need your heart.
Okay.
So we want you to give it willingly. And if you don't, we'll take it.
Okay, so here's the thing. I don't have one. I had that stuff removed like 10 years ago. It's this weird human thing. Sometimes they go bad. They take them out. They put a clock in there. It's totally the same.
Go ahead and roll a deception check for me.
Oh my god, really funny.
6.
So you see Skulldana looks at you. She takes another drink and she's like, liar. I want to see for myself. And you see that she starts to reach for a weapon. So would you like to do anything on your turn?
Okay, well, let's see. And I'm like, listen, all right. You know what? Okay. You want me to give it willingly? Okay. We can do that. But I kind of need to get ready first. Can you just give me like a couple of minutes? I want to get ready. If I'm going to die, the thing that I want most in the world is to see my true love. One last time.
Go ahead and roll persuasion.
21.
So Skulldana looks at Bathos and he looks at her and they kind of hold hands for a moment and they're like, we understand.
Aw, that's weirdly nice.
And you see he makes a motion with his wrist and the mist clears up and you can see Wynn and Aria. You also see that there is a swirling portal in the center of the floor. And in the center of that portal is an altar with Elder Son Robin's dead body on it.
I'm sorry. I guess you misunderstood. Robin's not my true love.
I was clearing the way so you could go to your true love.
Oh, I could go like down the stairs? Like I can go and come back? Okay, cool. Okay, I'll be back. And I just go straight down to the stairs.
Okay. So go ahead and give me a
She did the 21.
Go ahead and give me a give me a perception check.
Okay. Oh yeah. Before I go, hold on. I come back. I'm like, you need this heart, right? You gotta make sure nobody hurts me on the way down and the way back up.
Skulldana's like, go before we change our mind.
Okay. What am I rolling for?
Persuasion. Or excuse me, perception, sorry.
Okay. 13.
Awesome. So as you're going, you see Kit is sneaking with you also. And telepathically, Kit says to you, oh, quick thinking. That's so smart. So right. You head back over towards the rest of the party.
Oh, before I do that, I think back to Kit. I'm like, what should I do next?
You see,
tell me the next smart thing.
Kit looks at you and is like, meow. And then Kit's like, oh, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Just kidding.
Yeah. Oh.
So that's Madie. Now we're going to go to Krondok. So, Marty, you are still in the hallway. He's going to take a swing at you.
Does he enter my engagement range to do so? Because I was down the hallway, the thing from him.
Wait, before any of that, I mean, I feel like I got to the hallway. I feel like I would have walked in and stopped everything.
It was about 15 feet away from the door to the altar.
Right.
And so even though you probably can move there on your turn, I'm going to say that you're at the door of the stairwell. But because you did so many free actions, I'm going to say you have to hold to your next turn to do anything.
So you're next to me and Aria right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fine.
Aria and me.
You asked if he entered your threat range.
Mohr.
Yes. So you all were like roughly 5-10 feet away from each other, so he got closer to you. And so he hasn't left your threat range, so you don't get a opportunity attack for someone getting closer to you. So he is going to attempt to hit you. Does a 14 hit?
It does not.
Awesome. What about a 22?
Sure does.
Okay, and a 21?
Really, not pleasant.
Okay, awesome. So, he is going to hit you for...
That sounds like a lot of dice you're rolling, sir.
No, he was throwing those away because he only had to roll one of them. I'm so sorry I moved away. I just thought we'd all sort of get there on the next turn.
He swings at you with his axe once and misses over your head, and then he comes back twice and hits you for 22 points of damage. And that is his turn. So now we're going to go to Fatima. So all of your NPCs are still in the stairwell with Marty. So Fatima is going to go. She sees that Anne is attempting to grapple Marty. So she is going to try to do an unarmed attack on Anne, but she misses. And then she's going to use some movement to move. So she's kind of moving around everyone. She's not leaving anyone's threatened range. So she's going to move a little closer to be in the middle between Anne and Krondok. So that's Fatima's turn, and now it's Aria's turn.
Jeez, boy. Okay. I guess I'm going to fly over to the succubus and make an attack.
Awesome, go for it.
So let's see how that goes.
What type of attack?
Quarterstaff. Oh.
Not a love attack.
Not a feather fist.
Can I? I guess I can. Let's just do that instead. I'm gonna make an unarmed strike and use, the Fist of Light. Which is that? Just a flat D20 roll, or what's my hit modifier?
I believe when we talked about that before, it was a D20 plus your, like for unarmed strike. So the same modifier you use for your unarmed strike.
Okay, great. Let me double check. Yeah, okay, so that doesn't have any bonus. Okay. So I will roll for that. Does a 5 hit?
Unfortunately, it does not.
Disaster. I'm going to go ahead and use Patient Defense to take the dodge as a bonus action. Oh, wait, can I prepare that? No.
So you would have to prepare...
Wait. No,
so
I'm going to disengage.
Okay.
Is what I'm going to do.
Can you disengage as a bonus action?
I can if I spend a key point.
Okay, cool. So you disengage as bonus action, and do you want to use any movement?
Yeah, I'll move back over to where Wynn and Madie are.
Okay, and are you walking or flying?
I'm flying.
Okay, awesome. So you swoop in and try to hit Mohr, but he uses one of his wings to block it, and you fly back towards the rest of the group. So it's going to be Orpheus now. So Orpheus is going to make a ranged attack. Awesome. So Orpheus pulls a crossbow out and shoots Krondok for 5 points of damage. And he is not looking good. Oops. That's not right. Okay, cool. The crossbow bolt sticks into his shoulder, but he seems unfazed by it. So now it's Marty.
Okay. Yeah. So what's the situation looking like right now?
Yes. So you and all of your NPCs are in the hallway. You have Anne and Krondok on either side of you at the moment.
Anne and Krondok?
Mm-hmm.
What if you duck and then they run into each other like in a cartoon?
That sounds really good. So I'm going to start by going into a rage. Dad hit me. and don't like it. I also don't like just people coming back from the dead after I chop them with my big ol' new muscles, and it doesn't actually do anything. It reminds me of the endless churning of the free market, and it makes me furious. I hate it. I hate it so much. So I'm going to go into a rage, my last rage of the day.
And defeat capitalism, yeah.
And I'm going to roll for Great Axe. I'm going to try to attack, let's go with Anne. Is it possible to fully kill Anne?
You can most certainly try.
And now, if I'm correct, she got vampire teeth now.
I think she always had vampire teeth.
Was she always a vampire? There's no way.
No. I don't know. It seems like something's happened to Anne since the time you saw her last.
Seems like.
Okay.
I love Marty being like, nah, she's always been a vampire. This feels normal.
Let's hit Krondok. Does a 16 hit?
Absolutely, it does.
Okay, then that's 1d12 plus 3. That is 10.
Awesome.
Then we're going to roll again. Does an 8 hit?
It does not.
Okay. One last chop on one of frenzy. Okay, so I can't. So I've done my. But I've also got the other thing that allows me to take another action. Yeah, I'm gonna attack him one more time, so he can't hurt my friends. Does a 10 hit?
It does not. No.
Okay, so I hit him once in retaliation because vampire. She's always been a vampire, right? And then I try to keep chopping, and it does not work.
Wait, are you hitting Krondok or are you hitting Anne?
Krondok.
Okay, Krondok is the Minotaur. That's Madie's dad. Anne is the one that you believe is a vampire. So if you're hitting Krondok, you hit him once, and so you swipe at him, and you cut some of his chest. And it looks like some of the bones are cracking, but he's still standing. So now it's Skulldana's turn.
She already had a good drink.
Yeah,
she did
her
have a
action
drink.
was sipping.
None of you are near her, so she's going to do something off camera. Awesome. And now it's...
No.
Nobody's
She told
over
a
there.
really witty joke. We didn't hear it.
She told me I could go talk to my boyfriend.
Yeah,
So she's just... Are they making out?
I don't know.
They're making out.
They're totally making out.
If they are, she
They're
rolled really
making
high.
out.
So now it's Mohr.
Yeah, but he can't engage until his turn, so it's just her one-sided right now.
Miellyn's blushing. So now it's Mohro's turn. Can you do that? Yes, he can. So Aria, Madie, Wynn, you're all standing together near the door, which is awesome.
We hold hands.
You do, and everything's good. Can I get a wisdom saving throw from Aria, since you attacked him?
Sure can.
How does a 11 sound?
It sounds amazing. Okay. So Aria, you feel really tired all of a sudden, and then you completely black out. So Aria has been charmed by this succubus.
Oh, no.
So what that means is that Aria is going
It's
to
happened to all of us.
obey his verbal or telepathic commands.
Well, hold on now. I have this ability called Stillness of Mind, which means that I can use an action to end one effect that is causing me to be charmed or frightened.
Awesome. So on your turn, you can use your action to end that. So
but he can make me do things until then?
no, because he uses action to charm you. So he would have to wait until your turn to give you an order. So you'll have an opportunity to use that to break out of the charm if you would like on your turn.
Cool. Don't worry, guys.
Monk power.
So, yeah, I had to pick the monk. So, you see Aria kind of stops for a moment as she's flying above you all. And Kit's going to jump on your shoulder, Madie. And Kit's going to say, hey, I know this is kind of weird, but can you scratch my left ear?
Can I do this now?
Yeah, I'll let you do this now.
Yes, I absolutely.
Okay,
scratch away.
You scratch Kit's ear, and in a puff of smoke, Kit turns in to Fee, and and he's like, "Oh my gosh!"
Okay.
Cat food tastes so bad.
It's
so good.
I jump up and down and hug him and be like, I'm so excited.
He's like, "Oh my gosh, I love all this attention." So Fee has joined the party again, and he is no longer in cat form.
I do have 100 questions about why he was telling Madie she had to sacrifice herself to save us, but okay.
I'm also curious about that.
Save me.
I don't know.
Glowing eyes. Just none of those questions are going to get answered, huh?
I don't know. We'll see.
I was going to say, you're certainly welcome to find out.
So we're going to go back to the top of the turn order. It's Bathos' turn now. And he is going to... Okay. So you all are celebrating that Fee just rejoined the party. And as you're doing so, there are about 3 portals that are green and black, just like the swirling pit, that open up above the top of the palace. So they're floating in the sky about 30 feet off of the ground. And you can see that there are platforms starting to materialize underneath the portals. So that's Bathos' turn. And now, Wynn, it is you.
Hello. It's my turn. I don't know. I need to know. Madie, are you okay?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So far.
Did
they
let you go? What's happening?
No. I have to go back and give them my heart. But I told them that I wanted to go say goodbye to Keith first. I don't know. They just want my heart. It's like the last ingredient. I tried to tell them I didn't have one. They didn't believe me. I don't know why. So, I don't know what we're going to do. I just figured it'd be better if I was standing next to you all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's literally as far as I've gotten.
Okay. Yeah. Great. So don't go back. I guess don't go back there. Is Calderon still teleporting around?
Oh, Calderon's toast. Oh. They sucked this thing out of him. He's like, gone. Don't worry about it. I'm pretty sure he's gone.
Okay. And me pretending to be you still a bad plan?
Yeah, don't do it. They'll take your heart. I want to take off my costume.
The ritual won't happen. I don't want to die, but the ritual won't happen if they take my heart.
Girl, the ritual's not going to happen.
Okay. Well,
we got this.
Okay. And then I level my big gun, my bad news, and I shoot the succubus.
Oh, yes!
Yeah, do it.
So that's a 22?
A 22 definitely hits.
Great. Now, unfortunately, they're not near... Oh,
actually, Aria's right there.
Wait.
Getting charmed because she tried an unarmed attack.
Can I... Wait, is she right next to him?
Yeah.
So Aria is near you all. She's
with us.
Came back to where
no, Aria clearly tried to do a unarmed strike attack on this NPC and it didn't work.
And then she came back. She was like, ship.
Will you let me pretend I did a bonus action first?
What would you like to do?
I have a feature from being an inquisitive rogue that's called Insightful Fighting, and as a bonus action, I can make an insight check against a creature that I can see, contested by their deception check, and if I succeed, I can use my sneak attack on them.
Oh yeah, go for it. So
Okay.
he rolled a natural 20 on his deception check.
Cool, then never mind.
You see, he looks at you and he's like,
Yeah, he saw what I was doing. That's fair. I'm glad I did it. I have no regrets. So then the damage, let me just roll that. And that is 16.
awesome.
Nice.
So
Oh, wait, sorry, 19.
19, okay.
I forgot to add 3.
Okay.
D&D
So
Beyond dice were very slow, so I just saw the 10 and the 6, and then I was like, what do I add?
no worries. You pull out bad news and blast him with it. And you see as the blast, which is now canon, that it's this giant Kamehameha style wave. As you unleash this epic blast, it like time slows down and he kind of turns to the side as it goes by, but you blast his wings pretty good, and his wings and his back are charred, but he seems otherwise unscathed.
No regrets.
So now it is Anne's turn. Marty, could you give me... Actually, no. Fatima. Because Fatima attacked. Awesome. So Anne grabs onto Fatima and sinks her teeth into Fatima's neck.
No!
And Fatima is going to take...
We're all
She can be vampire. It's
people.
fine.
Okay, Vampire Fatima would be very bad news.
I did not roll.
Well, I mean, also, we've already established that she is compelling as heck, and it would not do anything to reduce that.
Now, I think that there's like a ritual, though. She's got to drink back, and then they got to do it. Otherwise, she's dead. Pretty sure.
So Fatima takes 16 points of damage. So you see, where is she? Oh, there. She's fine. So why does she have so much HP? Wow.
She is the baddest.
So Anne is drinking Fatima's blood at the moment. So that's her turn. Madie, it's your turn now.
What about Keith?
Keith hasn't gone once,
Did he?
and
not?
neither has Jeremy.
So Jeremy acts on Aria's turn, and for the 13th time in this game, I've definitely skipped Keith again. So we're gonna toss.
Give him
Keith
two. Give him two.
So we're gonna do his turn from last round. He's gonna be at the bottom of the initiative order. So
Cool. Thank you.
He held his action.
we're gonna do a bit of time travel for a second, and so Keith's not gonna mess with any of the things I've already done just because that's too complicated. So he's gonna attack Krondok.
Thank you.
And
He just held his action until he saw Madie, and then he's like, "Oh, I can attack now."
he felt so inspired that he rolled.
Are you okay? Can I hit your dad?
Yeah.
Does he get
He wanted
inspiration?
He needed consent to hit your dad.
So Keith sees you, and he's like, "I'm really sorry, Mr. Bullhorn. I kind of love your daughter, and I don't want you to kill her."
Kind
And,
of.
This is how he's meeting the father.
That's your reaction?
So Keith does 9 damage to Krondok.
Respectable.
I will take it.
Oops, shoot. Oops. Okay. Oh, that's why. Okay. Cool. So that's Keith, and now we're going to go to Madie, right? Yes, Madie.
I mean, I don't really know what to do, y'all. That's what I actually legit say.
Well, we're all fighting. So
Kill your dad.
I get.
no, we don't want you to have to do that. Kill Anne.
Yes,
You
we
know
do. I'm covered in blood right now, just shouting like, "Yes, we do." She's eating. She's eating Fatima.
Do you want? Should I go for Anne or Daddy? I think I'm gonna have to kill my dad, y'all.
Okay, but
I feel like if you
Kill
hit
your dad.
Krondok, you'll kill him, and then that'll give you one less character who can deal damage back.
I am getting my hammer out. You know what? This is a war over my heart. We're going to make it for real.
It's very Greek.
So, I roll
This is so sad.
a 21. Does that hit?
It definitely hits.
Okay. This is with my hammer. So,
Remember to take any bonus actions, additional actions you have.
copy that.
Rainy
Okay.
day,
19.
savings.
The world slows down.
You can reroll 1s and 2s for damage.
Okay, I got a 12.
Awesome. So you... is that for your first attack or for all of your attacks?
For my first attack.
Okay, great. You pull out your hammer and you hit Krondok with it, and as you do, you see he turns to you, and in the blackness, the dark, gooey blackness of his eyes, you see a tiny, tiny spark as he looks at you. And go ahead and roll your next attack, or whatever you'd like to do.
Okay. I'm battling with my dad. I see a spark in his eyes. And I hit him again.
Oh.
So,
He did tell me he didn't have a daughter anymore, so just take that knowledge with you.
does a
Yeah.
10 hit?
It's really not your dad.
Does a 10 hit?
It does
Assuming
not.
Okay.
Oh shoot! You could have rolled a bunch of ball bearings down the stairs. Your dad would have tripped and fell and cracked his skeleton head.
So
Yeah, but you're all down there.
Yeah,
There's more
yeah.
friends than there
Marty.
are enemies.
Marty.
as you come up,
Barbarian head
Marty.
is different.
Marty, we're having a moment here. I'm trying to kill my dad. Okay.
so as you come up for your second attack, he meets your hammer with his axe, and he says to you, "You're making a mistake."
That's all. That's what you have. Okay. Great.
Kill him.
I hope I'm a disappointment to you.
As you say that, the spark in his eyes gets a little bigger. And do you have another? Do you have another attack or anything, a bonus action or anything?
I do not.
Okay, cool. So you and your dad are locked
Are
in
you
combat
sure?
right now, and
Nothing that I'm willing to use right now.
Okay.
it's actually his turn now. So he is going to. He's going to try to grapple you. So can you make an opposed grapple check? So roll a d20, add your strength modifier to it.
I believe that's called a hug in dad terms.
Okay, a d20, add my strength modifier. 22?
Awesome. So he attempts to grab you, but you easily brush off his grapple. And that's his... oh, actually, no. Oh, yeah, that's his turn. I'm throwing this dice away. That's
Mail them to me.
so that's Krondok. Now we're going to go to Fatima. She is going to try to break the grapple with Anne. She's unsuccessful. So Fatima is restrained. So she can't do anything. And now Aria, it's your turn.
I'm going to use stillness of mind to become uncharmed.
All right, awesome.
And then can I move, or is that my whole turn?
So that's your action. You still have your movement.
I'm going to fly through one of those portals.
Oh, Aria.
Yeah.
Awesome. I love it. I love it.
I want to see what's on the other side.
I love it. Awesome. So, Aria, you burst out of this this charm spell, and you take off into the air and fly right into one of the portals. As you come out on the other
My
side,
Iron Man moment.
you are in this ethereal plane. The space between space, the space between life and death. You see there are spirits and ghosts that are floating toward this big light in the sky. And you also see this scorching pit below where there are some souls that are falling very fast into that pit. You see that there are some lives being sprouted, like new life. There's some lights being extinguished. And can you give me a Constitution saving throw?
Sure
Oh,
can.
buddy.
Meld with the cosmos. This is the same thing you saw inside of your bag of holding.
It's an 11.
Awesome. So the darkness that's been inside of you starts to shoot out of your eyes and your mouth, and then in an inky goo, a dark, mysterious, shadowy version of yourself appears in front of you, and it reaches its hand out toward you.
In my experience, when a shadow version of yourself appears, if you meld with it, everything goes great and you become a better part of yourself. Just a heads up.
I'm just gonna ask, what do you want?
You see it turns its head, confused. It opens its mouth to speak, but black goo oozes out.
Mm-hmm. Can I just fly back through the portal?
Awesome. Yeah, go ahead and give me an athletics check.
Yep. Can I argue for acrobatics?
Yeah, sure. So what'd you get?
14.
14, awesome. So as you're flying back towards the portal, high or low?
Oh.
Low.
Low? Okay. Okay. The inky blackness reaches out and grabs your wings. And as you come back through the portal, your wings tear. And you are unable to fly momentarily as you come bursting out of the portal and fall towards the ground. As you fall, you take 4 points of falling damage.
That's all of her hit points.
Can I use my reaction to...
Oh, you have feather fall, right? Yeah.
Slow fall.
Slow fall.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're fine. You're just you come out of the portal and your wings are damaged.
Oof. Okay.
But I mean,
Did anything come through the portal with her?
Mm-mm.
And
you feel that darkness that was in you. You feel that it's gone.
All right.
I can't believe that's what happened.
Yes. Awesome. All right.
She's like, nothing bad happened. She's like,
Just charged smoking wings. I'm good, y'all.
It has been worse earlier today.
I love Aria.
So
right, what's next?
What'd you say?
I said, all right.
All
What's
right.
next?
Great turn.
An epic turn from Aria. So Orpheus is going to do something crazy. Okay, so Orpheus takes a small spherical object out of her pack, and for her first attack, she's going to wrap her arm around Anne's neck and rip her to the ground. And you see Orpheus takes the round thing and puts it in Anne's mouth. And she says, I'm sure that you were really nice once upon a time, but not anymore. And so Anne explodes. But since Orpheus was right there, Orpheus explodes also.
No! What?
So Anne and Orpheus explode in this explosion. And the explosion is so big that the tunnel starts to collapse. So the wall collapses back like the exit. So you Marty, you are unable to go back that way to where Anne and Orpheus were. So that's Orpheus's turn.
Her final turn, apparently.
You see Fatima is like, she saved me. And
Carmen!
So upset.
Whoa.
Yeah, throw your F's in the chat.
All of my friends died.
So that was Orpheus's turn. Marty.
Remember the cool fairy at the soup kitchen?
Yeah.
Dead?
This is Sovereign of Death. There's a lot of
Orpheus
death.
what she meant by the heart on the note, and I never got a chance.
A
A pat went on the shoulder. I'm gonna have to kill my dad, so Bad biscuits here, y'all. Just
This
lots of bad
trip
biscuits.
Sucks.
Yeah.
Marty, you see this heroic action happen that Orpheus does. And then the ceiling collapses where her and Anne were. What are you going to do?
One of my free actions is that I can I can do like one like perception check or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I check, is Orpheus dead?
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
She exploded.
6?
You feel like whatever happened is something that you're not familiar with, so you don't know.
Yeah, but he also thought Anne was dead. So knowing when people are dead.
Is she
My
dead?
favorite-
Is
my-
she dead?
My favorite are our bad perception descriptions.
So I'd like to call it Madie. Madie, do you mind if I help you kill your dad?
Go for it.
I'd like to swing my
bonding
great axe
exercise.
and bring it right onto Dad's head.
Awesome. Go for it.
Does a 25 hit?
Yes, a 25 does hit.
Where did that dice go? Okay, that's a 7. Gonna roll for another great axe. Does a 19 hit?
Absolutely.
That is an 8, and then I will do one
Awesome.
more.
So Marty, you say, "Is it okay if I help you kill your dad?" And Madie says, "Yes." And Marty, you bring your axe down, and
This has happened before.
you cut right across Krondok's body diagonally, and then you come down the second time the other way, so you make an X across his chest and his body. And Madie, you see he looks at you, and the spark that's in his eyes fill for a moment, and he says, "I love you." And then Krondok explodes into dust and is no more. And Marty, you just killed Krondok.
I would like to whisper, I love you too, Dad.
And his ashes are on the wind. So now,
Is there someone within
Constitution
40
save
feet of me?
Not to cry.
no enemies, no, just your allies.
I rolled a
Uh,
9.
Okay, I'm gonna use my last action to chug a melon.
Okay, go
I
ahead and
stress eat.
go ahead and roll.
Actually, I'm gonna do something stupid. I'm gonna do something stupid as hell.
Yeah, hell yeah, do
This
it.
is apparently a theme.
I'm gonna use the Cape of the Mountebank.
Hell yeah. All right.
I want to teleport behind the tunnel collapse where Anne and Orpheus got trapped, and make sure that find out what happened.
Awesome.
I'm not gonna let them go without a fight.
Awesome. So
What a fight.
you teleport with your cape, and as you come out on the other side, you see that there is a lot of smoke in the hallway, and there is a green and black portal that has opened, and you see there are a lot of char marks on the ground, and that there is a trail of blood leading into the portal.
I've still got movement. Jump into the portal.
Awesome. So, Marty, you heroically jump into this portal, and as you step through the
But I
portal,
feel like that was a bad idea.
Heroically.
as you step through the portal, you are weightless as you float through the space between spaces. You see that there are countless other portals out in the atmosphere, but near where you are, there are 4 other portals. And you see that there is a giant portal above you, and there is a dark energy from the space between spaces that is making its way out of that portal. So you feel like the portal on the roof of the palace is that giant portal, and this is the other side of it.
Okay.
Can
I
you make
guess
a
that ends
perception check for me?
Yes, I can. That's a 9.
Awesome. Yeah, so that's what you see.
Good. Good at hitting.
There's a portal.
Bad at anything else.
Okay, so that is Marty's turn. It's Skulldana's turn now. And so technically, okay, no, Skulldana's going to hold her action. That's what she's going to do. It's Morrow's turn now. Morrow is going to...
Unsubscribe.
Morrow is going to...
Take good care of Michael 1 and Michael 2, okay?
He's going to use his claw attack. Actually, no, he's not. He's going to smile at you all and say, looks like I'm needed elsewhere. And then snap his fingers and disappear. And
Hate that.
Don't like it.
It's also really rude.
Now Skulldana is going to go. And Bathos opened up a pathway so you all can see. The roof is clear so you all can see and move freely without being obscured. Yes, just like that. Thank you, Win, for being...
So we're here. The succubus was like here and now is gone.
Mm-hmm. And
then that's Skulldana and Bathos.
That's absolutely correct.
Great.
Thank you so much. Skulldana stands up and she reaches out a hand and black mist from her hand spews out. Okay. Yeah, black mist from her hand spews out, and it goes into Elder Sun's body.
Oh, no.
And that's her turn. And now it is Keith's turn. So Keith is going to run over to Madie, and he's going to roll to be charming. And he rolled a 12. So he's like, oh my gosh, are you okay? I'm so sorry that you had to kill your dad. And he's going to give you like a really tight hug. And as the battle rages, he looks at you in the eye and he says, hey, look, I've been doing a lot of reading, and I think that maybe our relationship was established in a time of trauma. But I want you to know that...
Are you breaking up with me?
No, I'm trying to...
No, I just had to kill my dad. They're trying to steal my heart. I came all the way over here to see you, and now you're going to dump me?
You see,
read the room.
he pulls a paper out of his shirt for notes, and you see on the back of the paper it says how to propose romantically, and he's like,
Oh, whoa, babe! Gotta stop you there. Also, not the right time. Like, either way, like let's just put that back in your pocket.
What?
Just back. Nope.
When he turns it around to the side that he was reading, there's a note on there that has the symbol of the portals on it, and he's like, I was going to tell you what I found out about these weird portals, but I guess it's not a good time. And he puts it away.
No!
He's like,
no! Bring it back.
Okay, I'm really confused.
I'm confused too.
Okay.
Here, listen, let's start over. I'm confused. I just had to kill my dad. You know, it's kind of like a thing. It's kind of a problem. Anyway, what do you know about the portals? Lay it on me.
All right. And so as you say that, he gives you a really passionate kiss, and he's like, I know that we have to stop this. And
we don't have to
there's only one way to do it.
No, we can keep doing this. I think I might have just got pregnant.
What? I'm talking about the portals again.
You were kissing me.
Oh, yeah. I was just trying to like be romantic in the moment because I feel like, it's like, oh, we might die.
That I joke about stuff. Okay. All right. Portals.
So he's like, hey, so it looks like if we don't stop that big portal, it could consume all of Broken Rock and maybe even all of Yashan.
Okay, so how do we stop it?
Well, yeah, I don't know. And you see Fee walks over and is like, you're so useless, and slaps him on the leg.
Be nice to our himbo.
Fee pulls out this orb and the orb is like floating in his hands. And he says, you are the last human, the final piece of the puzzle. I was trying to tell you earlier, but so I'm a magical being, and I was hiding in Stone Snarry because I was afraid of my destiny. But I think our destinies are connected. And he holds the orb towards you. He says, if you use this, you might be able to bring back the other humans. But it might be really dangerous.
Like, okay, how do I use it?
You see, he's like, I don't know. I've never used one before. I just heard stories about it from, well, the space where I come from.
Can I roll a perception check to see if I trust him?
Yeah, go ahead and do insight.
Insight. Okay. 17.
So you feel like Fee is telling you the truth. You feel like he's probably so what you do know is that you've heard rumors about these beings that exist in a plane beyond your own. So they're essentially kind of like godlike beings. And you feel like Fee may be one of those types of beings, but probably is the child version of whatever that being is. So he's not aware of how to use or harness his powers.
Mr. Missile Splick Flick.
He's a baby god. Okay, got it. All right. So I put my hands out. Go ahead, give it to me.
He hands you the orb, and as he does, we're gonna go back to the top of the initiative order, and it's Bathos' turn. So he hands you the orb, and Bathos from his throne reaches out his hand, and he's like, "Time's up." Can you make an opposed grapple check for me? You need to beat an 18.
Who?
Oh, buddy.
Me?
I rolled a 1.
You rolled a natural 1? Okay, cool. So as soon as you grab the orb, Bathos like pulls his hand out, and you are pulled to him. Once he pulls you up to the platform, like the throne platform, the mist begins to close back around you.
I have a question. I'm at the top of the stairs. Did she get pulled past me? And can I grab her?
Yeah, so I'll let all three of you use a reaction to try to grab Madie if you would like.
By all three, you mean like Keith, right?
Yeah,
okay,
Marty's not there.
Oh, that's right, Marty, you're in the space between spaces. Okay, so Keith, Aria, and Wynn, you all have the opportunity to try to, and Fatima have the opportunity to try to grab Madie if you would like.
Dex or strength?
That's going to be his strength. I'll try and beat an 18.
I got a 16.
Okay.
I'm not strong. It was a 17 minus 1.
I got an 8, and I am strong. That was a 3 plus 5.
That's okay. So as
Keith do?
Did Keith grab her?
Or Fatima?
As you're being grabbed,
Or Michael 1 and Michael 2. There's so many people in this
Fatima,
little tiny hallway.
Tell me about it. So as you're being grabbed, Fatima reaches her hand out and grabs your arm, and she's like, "I won't let you go." And then Keith grabs the other side, and he wraps his arm around you, and he's like,
Glad somebody has your back.
he's like, I'm not gonna let go of you. Michael 1 and Michael 2 walk over, and they're like, "It is our operative programming to protect you." And they reach out and grab you. Wynn and Aria all grab on, but Bathos is too strong, and he snatches you from their grasp, knocking everybody prone, and you shoot across the battlefield. As you fly over the spiraling portal in the middle of the ground, you hear this like guttural roar from underneath, and you're sucked back towards the throne where Bathos and Skulldana are, as the smoke begins to reappear. So when it is your turn, you just saw Madie get snatched across the battlefield, and you saw a few moments ago that Mohr disappeared. So what are you going to do?
I'm running after Madie.
Awesome.
I'm going to stand up. I'm going to run after Madie.
Awesome. So you struggle to your feet and you're running as fast as you can. And when, like, all of your friends and a lot of your family have been in danger, a lot of your friends have died, as you're running, tears are streaming down your face. And the mist starts to wrap itself around you. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
Missed bad.
17.
Awesome. How many good melons do you have in your possession?
Oh no.
I have 7.
Okay, so 4 of them rot and are no longer useful. And you are able to make your way through the smoke, and you're on the altar. You see that Madie is there with this orb in her hand, and Bathos is now standing with his broadsword at the ready. Skulldana as well, and there's a giant portal behind them.
Bonus action reload bad news.
Awesome.
Action shoot bad news.
Okay, so I'll say that, like, as you were running over there, you were reloading bad news. So as soon as you get up there, you are ready to fire. So go ahead and roll an attack.
Now I just want to clarify: is Madie incapacitated?
No. She just
Then
got pulled
I got sneak attack, baby.
Sneak attack.
Rogues.
I'm sorry, Madie. Would you consider yourself an enemy of Bathos right now?
Absolutely. Super
Okay.
enemy.
Rogues.
Mortal enemies.
Oh, it was so close. 19 plus 6, 25.
Oh my gosh, that definitely hits.
Fantastic. So we do this, and then we add 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so that's 26 damage.
Nice.
And I want to say, let go of my friend.
As you say that, you aim the barrel right at Bathos, and you pull the trigger. This giant wave of energy just like, whoa, blasts out of bad news. And Bathos holds up his hand to block it, but is blasted backward into the portal. And how much damage did you say you rolled?
That was 26.
Awesome. I'm just going to do it like that. Okay, cool. So he is blasted backward into the portal, and you see Skulldana is furious that you've done that. Any bonus actions or anything?
I used my bonus action.
Okay, cool. So that is win. An awesome turn. So now it is Anne's turn. One of the platforms that's 30 feet in the air, you see
Anne's alive, but Orpheus exploded?
at one of the
Not dead.
platforms.
Yeah, what?
You see
Anne definitely exploded.
Anne exploded!
You see
There was
Anne.
a thing. There was a bomb in her mouth that blew up a tunnel.
Hear me out. Hear me
Somehow
out. Hear me out.
she is fine. Orpheus is not.
Wait, Orpheus might show up undead here in a minute too, y'all.
Yeah,
so
Orpheus
just
got
alright.
dragged
Oh,
away.
God.
So as you see Anne come out of one of the portals above and fall 30 feet and crash into the ground of the roof below. As the smoke settles, you see Orpheus is there, and she has a metal hand. And she's like, "Ooh, I knew this thing would come in handy." She's pretty banged up and bloody, and you see Anne is in disrepair. Let's just put it that way. She's not looking good. Anne is dead. So don't worry, guys. She's dead.
She's like dead, like
She's
not
dead.
moving
She's
around,
dead.
like can't move, right?
So now maybe
I love how when we started this,
It's my turn?
Carmen was like, "Hey, you've got 6 of you in there," and he's like, "But 4 of them are gonna be mine in like 10 seconds."
It's Madie's turn now.
Okay, I turn to Win. Grab onto my belt.
Okay, I trust you.
Okay, I have a hole in my cloak. So I throw the hole down, which should make it so that I can go to anywhere within 100 feet.
Yeah, where would you like to go?
I want to. I can pick. I didn't know. I thought I could
walk over to me first, though, because I
thought you were next to me.
I was in gun range, so I'm not directly next to you.
Okay, so I walk over to Win. I'm like, grab onto my belt because I got the magic terrarium in one arm, and I'm like pulling the hole out of my cloak in the other. I slap the hole on the ground, and we like pop down. I want to go down to the hallway on the other end of that stairwell.
On the other side of the rubble?
Yeah.
Or like in the hallway. So like so there's the hallway, and then there's the rubble, and then there's like the other hallway that leads out of
actually, I want to go to the hallway this side of the rubble, the roof side of the rubble.
Cool,
where Keith is.
Cool.
Yes, I want to go to where Keith is.
Okay, awesome. So
and I wasn't trying to, but it's just what happened. Tell him it was good.
So
I want to go back where I was before I got snatched away.
Sure thing. So you, when you blast Bathos into the portal, Madie, you run over and you're like, grab my belt, and you grab Win and throw down a portal, and you both jump into it with the light, and you appear back over to where you were before. So that's your turn. Would you like to do any bonus actions or anything like that?
No.
Okay, cool. So that's your turn. Kondak is dead. And now Fatima is going to go. So Fatima rushes over to the portal, and she has this device that you all don't recognize, and she's holding it to the portal. She's going to make an Arcana check. She's like, I don't know what this is, but the readings are off the charts on this thing.
So when she cannot tell. She can't she can't tell. I cannot tell. Sorry, I'm just gonna leave now.
So now
it's nice having you.
It's Aria's turn. So Aria, a lot of stuff has happened. What do you want to do?
Sincere apologies for the dog. So I remember last turn, the darkness inside made me lose 10 hit points off of my max. Do I regain those?
Go ahead and do a nature check.
Oh my god,
with advantage.
I've had a good nature stat this whole game, and I've not been able to use it. Come on. That is a 15.
A 15? Awesome. So you feel the light from your fist flow through you. And before, where there was this dark aura around you, you feel a light aura around you. And you feel your wings heal, and they have this angelic glow. And your hit point maximum returns to normal.
Sweet. Okay, great. Given that, then I will... what do I want to do? I guess I'm gonna fly over... and attack Skulldana with the Fist of Light attack, which I goobered last time and does have a +5 modifier, but a 10 wouldn't have hit anyway. Okay, and that's a nat 20.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah! Go ahead and roll damage.
Does that modify the damage in any way?
Yeah, so you roll double damage on that 20, so
that'd be 6d10.
Go ahead and do it.
12 d10, dang.
Oh no, 6 total, because it should be 3. Okay. $25.
25?
Oh, sorry, no, I lied.
31.
Oh my gosh. Aria, you, as you see your friends return to safety, you take a moment to meditate and you feel at peace. You feel like you have exercised whatever darkness was within you, and you know exactly who you are. And now that your master is gone, you know that you have finally ascended to the point where you are yourself a master. And this newfound confidence fills you with a power that you haven't felt before. And with this angelic glow, you dash across the battlefield, and as you do, the dark mist dissipates as you move through it. And with the power of the Feather Fist, you draw back and punch right into Skulldana's face, and with a sound wave that echoes throughout all of Broken Rock, you see that her jaw breaks and she goes flying back into the portal. And as she does so, the thrones and the altar that the thrones are on all crack as you punch her and send her flying. So yeah, that's Aria's turn. Aria's having these epic turns.
That was for my master.
Hell yeah. So it is now Orpheus's turn. Orpheus is going to... He's still in play. Okay. Orpheus is going to walk over to Wynn and give you a big hug. And she's going to say, I'm so sorry. I just thought that was the best thing to do. I didn't mean to scare you.
I thought you died. I thought I lost every single one of my friends. From Broken Rock.
You see, Orpheus takes you by the hand and she's like, I'm not going anywhere.
Okay. Please don't do anything stupid like that again. I didn't even want you to come on this fight. I don't want anything to happen to you.
She says, I couldn't let anything happen to you. We're going to do this together.
Okay.
And Orpheus...
No more bombs!
Orpheus is like, well, I do have a few left. And you see that she opens her pockets and she has about 3 bombs in each, so 6 total. She's like, just in case we need them.
But don't be standing next to them when
What
they
a
explode.
woman.
So that's Orpheus's turn. She's going to ready in action, and she is going to throw a bomb if she feels like Wynn is in danger. Okay, cool. So that was Orpheus. Before we go to Marty, I haven't been doing anything for Aria's skeleton, Jeremy Johnny Schmidt. So he's there, but he just he hasn't done anything because you haven't given him any orders yet. So
I love this idea that Aria has a skeleton that she just doesn't remember about.
So
I can't remember his name or where he is or what he's doing.
Just an intern that just gets lost in this company for 6 years.
We never finished the paperwork.
Yeah, so he's over there clapping as you punch Skulldana, and we're gonna go to Marty. So Marty, in this space between spaces, you see one of the
If what happens, what I think is going to be happening, and I see the people I think I'm going to be seeing, I want to be patting my great axe into my other hand as they come through. So just continue what you're saying.
Okay. So Bathos comes flying into the space between spaces, tumbling head over heel. And soon after, Skulldana does the same. Skulldana is looking hurt. Like, she is not looking good. Bathos looks like he's scraped up a little bit, but he looks okay. Go ahead and give me a perception check with advantage.
Thank you. So that's 14.
Okay.
That's 14.
Awesome. Respectable. So, yeah, you see them come flying through the portal, and they are moving at a pretty fast velocity at first, and then they become weightless as they're in this space with you. What would you like to do?
Is it possible to sneak in a weightless void?
I mean, you can roll a stealth check with disadvantage.
So that isn't going to be necessary. The main thing is I'm going to guess. I'm trying to grab a prop to sort of visualize. Okay, I've got a big old book. Okay.
Oh boy.
So I've got this. I start just shuffling through the weightless void, and I'm gonna just I'm gonna attack Skulldana in the weightless void.
Awesome. Go for it.
So that it does a 13 hit.
1 second. Buffering. No, it does not.
Okay. Does a 14 hit.
No, it does not.
Does a 24 hit.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So your rage is propelling you through this void, and you take a few swings to sort of get your bearings, but you come down and connect with the third swipe.
That is 15, and I get an extra thing because I have a Mark of the Risen. My little muscle pin glows. I imagine that I don't really have a shirt, so it's just stabbed directly into my chest, and it's glowing right now. And as I do one last attack, does an 18 hit.
Absolutely.
That is a 15.
Oh, wow. Okay, awesome.
Marty's finishing this fight
15
himself.
15 plus. I think do I get another +2 on that? It might just be it might just be 15.
Yeah, you only add your modifier, so it's just 15. Oh my gosh! So you're living up to your name, Marty Murder. So you swipe.
It stands for a murder of crows, dude.
Right. So you swipe at Skulldana, and you cut one of her wings and rip it, and you injure her really badly, and she's looking really hurt. And you see, as you do so, Bathos looks at you and he's like, "I will have your soul."
Gotta catch me first.
Now it's Skulldana's turn now. So she's going.
She alive?
She's still standing?
She's still alive, yeah.
Didn't I just do like almost 30 damage?
Guys, it's the last fight. She's alive. She's gonna attack you 3 times. So she rolled a natural 20. A 24 and a 22.
Wait, what?
All of those hit, right?
Excuse me?
What?
All those hit.
Marty, we're not near you.
Oh, that's the wrong
I just hear faintly, "We're not near you." It's like, but you're with me in my heart. Oh! Ow! Ow!
So is the sword.
Okay. So that's not very good, actually.
Good.
We don't know what that means.
Usually I hear awesome, great,
That's true.
fantastic.
Her first attack-
that's not really good, actually.
Her first attack does 19 damage. Her second... Her second attack... does 26 damage.
That puts me into unconscious state.
Oh.
Ooh, okay. So then the third attack is an automatic fail death save. Oh, actually no. Is it a? So I'll tell you this. I didn't say what order they were in. If the crit was the last one, it'd be 2 fails. I'll say the crit was the first attack, and this is just one of the regular attacks. So it's only 1 failed death save. But so Skulldana pulls out this whip.
So I say, "You got to catch me first," and then she just like stabs me so.
Yeah, you say you gotta catch me first, and she pulls out this whip that has spikes around it. It's like a thorn whip, Karama style, and it has this dark energy around it. And she lashes you with it twice, and then wraps it around your neck and yanks it off, and like it cuts you really badly, and so you're unconscious. So Marty is down in the void, unbeknownst to anyone. Now it is Morrow's.
Do they get a general sense that I'm not in a good place in the void?
I mean, they saw you teleport when you were in the hallway, but nobody knows where you went. So now it's Morrow's turn. Morrow is going to appear. Where is everybody right now? So Aria's on near the thrones. Madie and Wynn. Okay, yeah, Madie and Wynn, you're by the stairs. Morrow is going to appear next to you. And he has
a puppy. He's decided to be good now.
Yeah, he appears next to you and has... Actually,
Sorry
never mind.
Fireworks in my alley, which I don't know if you can hear or not.
That's random.
Yep.
Actually...
Snot's been going on for every day for the past 2 weeks.
Scratch that, actually. So Morrow just appears next to you, and
Great.
he's going to... Madie, could you give me a wisdom saving throw, please?
All right, what am I supposed to, how does that
So
work?
roll a d20 and add your wisdom modifier to it.
Oh, if it's a saving throw, you might also be proficient. I don't know if you're proficient in dex saving throws. Or wisdom, sorry. I was looking at my own dex saving throw.
I don't know. I don't understand.
There's a thing that says saving throws. It's, I think, above... Are you looking at D&D Beyond or your character sheet printed out?
Character sheet printed out.
Okay, so I think it's above all of your skills. There's something above that says saving throws.
Got it. Yes. Okay.
Are you proficient in wisdom?
+0.
Okay, great.
So what did you roll?
An 8.
Okay, so Madie, as Morrow appears, you see he looks at you and he says, "You're mine." And you feel like someone turned out all of the lights, and you are suddenly... it's like you're having an out-of-body experience, and you're watching yourself, and you have been charmed by Morrow. And now it is Keith's turn, and Keith is about to do some gnarly stuff because I feel like he's just been on the sideline for a while. Oh, come on, bud. I just need you to roll a little higher. Okay, cool. Keith is going to... Okay. So...
Come on, Keith.
Keith is... he sees Morrow reappear and charm Madie, and Keith is going to grab Morrow in a grapple and take him towards the edge of the building.
No.
And
Not.
Wait, he's taking him up the stairs.
no, so like you're on the top of the palace, so he's walking towards the edge of
He's
the.
gonna throw him off the roof.
Morrow has wings, so.
No, his wings are singed.
His wings are singed.
Wings are singed. They're gone.
Cool, that's
From
good
bad news.
because there was an extra step, and I was like, he doesn't have enough actions for that. So in that case, thank you for reminding me. Keith goes to the edge with Morrow, and he looks at Madie, and he's like,
No. Don't.
I'm sorry. And he jumps off of the building with Morrow, and
We shouldn't have told him that Morrow doesn't have wings.
they disappear off of the building. So that is Keith's turn. We're going to go back to the top of the round. This is Bathos' turn now. And Marty, you have been rendered unconscious by Skulldana. Bathos is going to...
Sure was.
He's going to attack you.
No.
He's going to try to finish you off. So he's going to take his first attack and he's successful. And the second attack is a natural 1. So he doesn't hit you on the second attack. I'm going to say that he hits you once. So you have an additional death save failure. So you have 2 death save failures. And because he missed the second time on a natural 1, I'm going to say that he loses control, because he's weightless, and he's too far away to attack you a third time. So
Wait, that means he's left my engagement range. Can I, while unconscious, get an attack of opportunity?
yeah. So your body floats further into the void.
What an opportunity you had!
It was a great opportunity. So Win, it's your turn now.
Okay, so I just watched Keith jump over the side of the. Yeah. Listen.
Yeah.
I don't have a grappling hook. Like, I don't have anything that can help him. We need to finish this. And I know where Bathos went. I run back to the portal and I jump in.
Awesome. So as you're saying this, you're like, we need to finish this. And you run and dive into the portal. As you come into this space between space, you can go ahead and roll a perception check with advantage if you would like.
I would love to do that. Now, how are we on a 24?
Perfect. So as you come into this space between spaces, you see Bathos and Skulldana floating weightlessly. You also see Marty's unconscious body. Marty is looking very hurt. And you see Aria's shadow about 30 feet below where you currently are floating as you become weightless. And Aria's shadow is being consumed by this colossal monstrosity within the void. It has about 1,000 teeth. It's about 200 feet wide, and you can't tell how long it is. It has about 60 or 70 tentacles and 4 claws for arms, and is slowly making its way toward the large portal at the top of the...
Where I just came in.
No, the large portal that's in the middle of the room.
Right, but
so
that's the one is that the one I knocked Bathos into?
You can't. It was through a different portal that was behind.
Oh, okay. Then I jumped in. Yes, you're right. Yeah. Okay. Oh, bad. Okay. I am going to move, try and swim, weightless fly, astronaut fly over to Marty.
Awesome. Go ahead and give me a athletics or acrobatics.
Yes. Well, that's a 15.
Excellent. So you're able to easily adapt to this plane, and you feel like it's because you spent so much time changing your form and adapting to new forms that you're easily able to move through this, and you get over to Marty.
I'm going to smush a good berry into his mouth. I'm going to pour the good melon juice into his unconscious mouth.
Okay, go ahead and roll a d20 to see how much HP Marty gets back.
As a 16.
Awesome.
All of my rolls from here out are going to be terrible because I just rolled real well.
Marty, you get 20 HP back as a good melon is force-fed to you.
And I'm holding him by his shoulders, and I'm like, what are you doing in here?
I said he had to catch me, then he caught me. He caught me bad.
Okay. So, feeding good melon is bonus action?
Yes.
Okay, then I am going to...
Does that mean I'm no longer near death state?
That is correct. You are back up with 20 HP.
Dang, okay, cool.
And now I have 2 remaining good melons. Okay. I feel like this big shadow creature, do I feel like I could hurt it? I don't know.
You can most certainly try.
I'm gonna shoot it with my... What?
I think really hard. Get out of the void!
I don't know that I can move anymore.
Yeah, you
Throw.
use your
I made a lot of running motion to get here.
Throw Skulldana or Bathos into its face as a distraction.
Or shoot them in the face.
Yeah, I guess
as a distraction.
I guess I would think that Bathos is maybe controlling the monster, so I'm gonna shoot him with my short bow because I need to still reload bad news.
Okay, so go ahead and roll an attack with disadvantage since this is like a weightless plane of existence.
Oh, that one was so good. 14.
So you fire off an arrow and it shoots off at first and then like floats weightlessly away.
All right. Well, it was worth a try.
All right.
That's my turn.
So that's Wynn's turn. So as the rest of you, you see Keith had taken Mohr and jumped off the side of the building. And you hear a loud thundering sound, kind of like rushing wind. And you see Fatima, who has been like tinkering with a device near the portal this whole time, lifts up her goggles and looks up. And she's like, well, it's about time. And these giant airships start to ascend up towards the top of the palace. And you see a wood elf who's wearing a hood, and she pulls the hood back. And Aria, you recognize this person as your best friend Thea, and she is there with an army of Zandarian soldiers, and they're on this mechanical flying contraption that has 4 giant pistons that have large fans on the top. And a middle platform that's like a shipping crate that everyone's in, that's kind of rounded, and she's standing on the top of it. And next to her, you see Keith, and he's like holding his shoulder, and Morrow's like all chained up, looking really disappointed. And Thea looks at you all, and she's like, "Did you drop something?" Pointing to Keith, and they fly over to come assist you all.
You always did have nice timing.
Madie, it's your turn now.
I mean, I'm still possessed, right?
No. Actually, after Keith's turn, I forgot to mention that you are no longer possessed because he took Mohr out of the fight.
Okay.
You should ask Keith what happened tomorrow and if he's dead or not.
What's that?
We should find out if Mohr is dead or not.
No, he's not dead. He's chained up.
Chained up
on his knees next to Keith on the
airship.
I don't know how I just missed that.
Okay. I hold up the orb and I go, "Does anybody know how to work this thing?"
You see they all look around and they're like, What is that?
Okay. All right. So
I'll tell you this. So mechanically, if you'd like to try to use the orb, well, you can make an investigation check to see if you understand how to use it, and you can make it with advantage.
Okay. Okay, let me see. Whoop. I went to the wrong tab. Okay. 16.
Awesome. So as you hold it up and you're like, does anybody know how to use this? It feels really warm in your hands, and your eyes start to glow an emulsive bright yellow, and you suddenly see everything. You see the life of every human that ever lived before you. You see the merge. You see Bathos and his band of heroes fighting the Sovereign, the terrorist group that was trying to take over Yashan in the past. You see Bathos trying to make reform and being turned down by a council of humanoid-type beings. You see him forming this army of the dead and getting these necromantic powers. And you also see 2 potential futures for yourself. You see one where your actions bring back all of the humans. You see another where whatever you decide to do erases all humanoid life as you know it.
Okay, so I definitely want to choose A. Don't know how to do that yet. I have a feeling we need to fish our friends out of the void first. but I just know Wynn is in the void, so I need to figure out how to get her out of there. Any ideas, everybody?
I have rope.
Fishing rod.
Okay. All right. So are we still in battle? Okay.
Smash the orb.
Wait, you've got a rowboat in your inventory, and the void is a weightless space.
I also have rope. Okay. I can't go into the void. So,
The surprise on Wynn's face, like, oh, you can't.
Why can't you go to the void?
I can't go into the. I'm the last human. This is the key. It's right here. I'm not gonna like jump into the middle of all that stuff.
Yeah, follow your
like,
heart.
I could just rip the key out and be like,
Sure.
"What's up, everybody?" And
Sure.
just end the
That
rope.
makes sense. Yeah.
I think
That's
we
B.
We
Trying to
should
choose
toss
A.
the bag of holding into the void and use it with a rope to try to fish out.
Done. In. Okay,
Then
so
you
I.
crawl
That would be a double void universe thing, and that might cause issues.
Yeah. I mean, I got nothing else. You know what? No, I'm gonna go over to Fatima.
Okay.
Okay. Aria, great idea, but no. Okay, I go over to Fatima. I'm like, you got anything that you can like use to fish out our friends here?
You see that she is like, and she like pulls her pockets out, and they're empty. And she's like, well, the only thing I have is this. She takes off a ring and she like squeezes it in her palm and like places it on the ground. It turns into a mech suit and then falls apart. And she's like, oh man, I guess it got damaged in the fight. And then she pulls out some hemp rope and she's like, will this help?
Sure, might as well. All right, so I take the rope and
Can Michael 1 and Michael 2 help? You could attach one end to Michael 1 or Michael 2 and send them through the void yourself.
can they obey me?
You see them walk over and they're like, we have not seen our master in some time. We would be willing to retrieve him.
Oh man, I really thought you were gonna say I was your master now. That'll work. That's cool.
No, but also
okay.
like there's been plenty of times where it's like they had to bring you home drunk and you had them get you some snacks and stuff. Like they listen.
Okay, I hand them the rope. I'm like, go fish out our friends, would ya?
They look at the rope and then they look at each other and they throw the rope into the portal. Like the whole thing. They throw the whole thing into the portal.
Yes, that's what I thought you said.
And, and then they are like, how long does this fishing take?
Fantastic.
Okay,
Excellent.
can you go into the portal, go put hands on Wynn and maybe Marty if he's in there, we don't really know. Can you grab him and bring him back?
They jump into the void. And as they jump into the void, we're just going to resolve this on Madie's turn, and then this will be the end of your turn. So they jump into the void, and as they do so,
Great.
I have this orb. I have another job.
Yeah, no, I know you do. You're doing great.
Marty and Wynn, you see that this dark energy, it starts to go into their bodies as soon as they enter into the void.
I hope Fee's upgrade made a difference.
And they start to convulse, and then they explode. And the core that's inside both of them, you see that the cores are the only thing that remain. And those start to float down toward the beast.
One question, considering they exploded, metal, shrapnel, etc., right by Bathos and Skulldana, can you throw me a damage bone? You killed 2 of my friends.
Let's see. So that's a 3, and that's a 14. So as they explode, the shrapnel shoots out, and Bathos uses his body to shield Skulldana. And his scales are really hard, so the metal doesn't pierce his scales. So that was Madie's turn. Now it's Fatima's turn. And Fatima is going to rush over to the ship and say, I think I have an idea, but I need some time. So she rushes into the ship. And now it's Aria's turn. What would you like to do?
Remember to order Jeremy to do something at some point, if you'd like.
I tie the rope around Jeremy's spine and ask him to go in and fish it out with.
Jeremy looks at you and he salutes, and then he walks over and jumps into the void. As he does so, you see that when this skeleton comes into the void with a rope tied around his rib, and he reaches out to grab you. Do you try to resist? I mean, I assume you would recognize Jeremy.
I mean, I guess he's dressed as skeleton.
Well, Aria, did you give him
Is it Jeremy or is it John?
It's Justin,
It's
right?
James.
Okay.
It's Jacob,
Josh.
yeah.
I don't think so, but there is a rope.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sort of trust the situation. Sure.
It does kind of stink of us, doesn't it?
Wait, I'm gonna be like, grab Marty.
You did just see Michael 1 and Michael 2 come through, so you must imagine we're
Yes,
trying to
it
get
does
you.
feel like they've sent all of the expendable party members.
The Jeremy John looks at you and you say grab Marty and he kind of floats sideways to course correct and then floats over to you, Marty, and goes to grab you. He's kind of small, so he's not able to get his arms all the way around you, but he has a hold of you. And he starts to pull you back. He uses a lot of his movement getting to you, so he won't be able to pull you all the way back out. But you
Real.
That's rad. If anything, I imagine that it stabilizes me so that any attacks I do in this void, I wouldn't have to be rolling at a disadvantage.
Can you grab Win on the way out?
So Aria, you said you're going to reel them in?
Yeah.
Okay, Aria reels you back in, so Marty and Jeremy are now back in the... Did you want to...
I don't know if I want to be dragged. I've got the Berserker Rage. I've got some melons in my pocket.
Marty, we're just trying to close the portal.
So, to Marty's dismay, you're dragged out of the portal. You can always go back in.
I'm just
So now it's Orpheus's turn. She is going to run over to the ship as well with Fatima. And she looks at you, Win, and she's like, I'm going to help Fatima. We have to figure out what to do about these portals.
And I'm not there because I'm in a void.
Right. She says that to Aria. She's like, hey, I'm going to go help Fatima.
Do I hear this? Can I speak back to them?
Yes, because you're there also.
Yeah.
To Orpheus, right?
Yeah, I just yell, I can close the portals, just get our friends out of there.
Well, I don't really know if there's anything I can do about that. It looks like your skeleton friend has it handled. And Jeremy's there waving next to Marty. And Orpheus
Another turn.
rushes into the ship. So now, Marty, it's your turn. Jeremy drug you out of the portal. If you wish to go back into the portal, you can do that. What would you like to do?
I look at everyone. First of all, I want to give Jeremy a big old hug because he deserves it.
You hug him and you hear some of his bones start to creak, but he seems appreciative and gives you a tap.
Aw.
So here's the thing. As I was dragging out, my attention was caught by the shadow creature that looked like Aria, that was being consumed by the beast. That was where the screams was coming from, right?
The screams were Elder Son.
Okay. The Elder Son had already died.
He wasn't at first, but then he died.
You mentioned that as Madie was being dragged past the portal, that Madie heard
the beast roaring.
Okay,
Yeah.
that was beast roaring. So did the beast manage to consume? I see this shadow creature. I see this weird thing. Did the beast manage to consume the shadow creature before I got pulled out of the void?
It was in the process of doing so not completely.
Is it still in the process of doing so?
Most likely, yeah. I'll say at the end of this round, on its turn, it'll have consumed it.
we can't beat this thing, but I feel an affinity for this creature. I'm not going to leave it behind. I just look at Jeremy and everyone assembled, and I say, "I'm sorry," and I dive back through the portal.
Awesome. So you jump back in. And what do you do as soon as you get back on the other side of things?
I immediately start swimming towards the shadow creature.
Awesome. So,
But you didn't know it was Aria. You didn't see it.
It looks like Aria.
I mean,
It
to
looks
be
like a creature
fair,
with wings.
to be fair, nobody saw Arya's shadow thing except Aria. But yeah, you all have the idea that it's related to her in some way because of the resemblance. So as you're making your way through this void, you see the souls, some that are heading towards the light, some that are falling into the pit of fire, some that are being created, others that are being destroyed, all around you. And then you see this beast, this creature, an unearthly horror that you've never seen before, dripping black ooze and ink. It's the same mist that is coming out of the portal, which seems to be around this creature's body. And as you swim toward it, you see Aria's shadow reaches out to you with a look of desperation on its face.
Marty, Mother of God, do not fuse with my shadow creature.
Get out of the portal! What are you doing?
Nobody else is there. It's just Marty. What are you going to do?
When is there? I know this is a stupid idea, but we can't leave it.
We can absolutely leave it.
You didn't even come back for the Michaels? You came back for a shadow?
What happened to the Michaels?
Their cores are right there.
I'll get those on the way back. I grab.
I should have closed the portal. Sorry, Win. I should have just closed it.
You just count me as a loss. It's fine.
Well, you wouldn't get the
Okay,
Jabal
so
and get out.
Marty, what are you going to do on your turn?
I guess I should have.
I'm trying to. Is there a way I can try to save this creature?
It's reaching out to you. What would you like to do?
I'm seeing a lot of messages in the chat. I'm gonna check those real quick.
You don't need to.
Ignore the chat.
Oh, it's too late. It's too late.
So Marty, you reach out your hand.
I reach out my hands to grab the shadow creature.
You touch fingers, and
Oh my God.
as you are reaching for one another and touch fingers, you feel this darkness starting to seep into you. When you touch its finger, it's like black ooze from around it latches onto you and starts to seep into your skin. Half of the creature, kind of liquefies out of the beast's maw, and it goes into you. You feel a burning darkness inside of you, and your hit point total is cut in half. Your hit point max. So whatever your maximum was, take that to have, and that's your new hit point max. But you feel this dark power inside of you now.
Can I swim towards the Michael 1 and 2 cores?
So you can get halfway there because you used a lot of your movement so far. So you can get halfway there.
I do have a lot of movement as a barbarian. I have 10 more feet than usual.
Oh, okay. So then you can get there and reach the cores if you would like.
With this thing sort of meaningfully messing me up, I'm typing into D&D Beyond the override, and dang, it hurts. I swim painfully towards the cores and grab them. And I give Wynn a look like, what else could I do?
Why did you come for the shadow?
Literally anything.
Why did
Literally
you come back
anything
in?
else.
I could be out. Why did you jump back in?
All right. So that's Marty's turn. So you have the cores now. It is now Skulldana's turn. So Skulldana sees all of this happening, and
Does she laugh at us? Is laughing a free act?
No, she looks terrified actually. And
super hurt.
she's like, "What is that?" And you see Bathos is just kind of floating there, and he's like, "It's salvation." And Skulldana books it out of the portal. And you see, those of you who are topside, you see Skulldana come flying out of one of the portals, and she's attempting to flee. It's Keith's turn. Keith is hurt pretty bad. He's going
Sit
to
this one out, buddy.
he's going to come over to Madie, and he's going to say, "Hey, I just wanted to say, like, things got kind of weird earlier, but I love you, and I don't want things to be weird because I care about you." And that's what I was trying to say, but sometimes I'm not good with words.
Thanks. I appreciate that. I'm sorry things are weird. It's a weird time. Maybe we can, like, talk about this when, this is all over.
You see, he's like, "Yeah, that would be nice." And he takes you by the hand, and he's like, "Let's finish this."
Yeah, let's do it.
And so we're going to go back to the top of the round. It's Bathos' turn. So
I hate him so much.
Bathos, in the void, you see
He could
all
have
of
been
this.
shot in the void, y'all. He could be gone. The void could be done. It could be over. Sorry. I'm
All
so
of
sorry.
this dark
I'm so
energy
sorry.
starts to flow into him as he's in the void. And Wynn, you're still in there with him, and Marty as well.
is too now.
And you see his eyes glow a dark purple. And that aura that's around the beast is around him too. And you see he looks at the portal where Skulldana went, and he says, "You can't run away now." And he reaches his hand out, and this black ichor like vine shoots out of his hand. It comes out of the portal and wraps around Skulldana and wraps her up like in a web, and it snatches her back into the portal. And he pulls her in, and he's like, "You were a part of this until we're done."
He's a horrible partner.
And
Yeah, it's not good.
you see she looks at him and she's like, "What happened to you?" And you see as he talks, the beast is moving its mouth, and he says, "I am the sovereign of death, and all will bow before me. Life shall be my feast. I shall feed upon the living and turn your world to ash." Marty, you see that the beast is somehow controlling Bathos, and it's speaking through him.
So it's not the other way around.
So that is. Oh, I skipped the beast's turn. I'm sorry. So we're gonna the beast's turn, since it's controlling Bathos anyway, we're gonna say that they have the same turn. So the beast is going to attempt to attack you, Marty, since you're so close to it.
I swam pretty far away from it.
You went to
You shouldn't
touch
have swam up
the
to it in the first place.
yeah, you went to touch the thing that was in its mouth, and then you went to grab the cores that were falling towards it. So you're within 30 feet, and its reach is pretty substantial. Does a 25 hit?
Yes.
Okay, and then that's a 23, and that's a 20. So, Marty,
Can you get out of here with these rolls, by the way?
the
Saved
beast
your life.
wraps its
I'm so sorry,
tentacle around you, and it's going to put you in its mouth and try to eat you. So actually,
That should be an opposed grapple.
Sure, go ahead and do a opposed grapple check.
That's a 13.
Awesome. So the beast grabs his tentacles around you and grabs you, and then it puts you in its mouth. And you are going to take. Okay.
We all know he only has 20.
He has 20 hit points.
I
20
did
hit
not
points.
Have enough dice.
Oh, no, he has 10.
What do you mean?
He has 10.
No.
Oh,
'Cause
right.
his
No,
max.
max,
But he also
right.
lost his max, is now half. So if this beast does a lot of damage, he could instantly die from this.
So you take 28 points of damage on the first bite.
On the first bite?
Yeah. So
What do you think was going to happen,
it's
Marty?
interdimensional being, like this horror. So it grabs you and puts you in its mouth. It bites down on you. You take 28 points of damage. Are you still alive?
I'm I am unconscious.
Okay, so
I had 20 HP.
It grabs you and bites down on you, knocking you unconscious. For its second attack.
Oh dear God.
Hey, what's your max hit points now, Marty?
40.
Okay.
You had 80?
I had 79. I was a beefy boy.
Yeah, okay.
So Marty, so this is.
I wanted to share. I thought the shadow creature had good intentions. Like there was something like. I wanted to save it.
So this is what's going to happen. So you are in the shadow creature's mouth, and you've been knocked unconscious. And you're in a very familiar place. The space between space that you've been floating in, you are now in a house in that same space. And you see your dad is standing next to you. And the shadow creature, the shadow version of Aria, is standing there with you also. And you see, they say, you tried to be a hero, and there's nothing wrong with that. And the shadow creature turns to you and puts his hands on your shoulders and says, now let me save you. And Marty, as the creature opens his mouth to devour you, your body is shot out of the creature's mouth. And the shadow has flung you away, and it is in there with Michael 1 and Michael 2's cores, and they explode in the creature's mouth as it closes its mouth. The explosion knocks Marty and Wynn and Skulldana and Bathos all outside of the portal, and you all take.
I'll take it.
You all take 24 points of damage as you're blasted out of the. So you take 24 damage as you're blasted out of the portal, and you see as the blast happens, Skulldana is eviscerated in the blast. And Bathos is badly injured as he's blasted outside of the portal. And the mist that was surrounding him starts to leave his form and ooze its way back into the void. So that was the beast's turn.
So that additional 24 health change, does that just create another a death save failure?
Yeah,
or
so
what
you
happened?
have 2 death save failures right now.
Okay. I thought there was only one bite that actually landed.
Yeah, but then you got blown up.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So now
wait, does the bite that, sorry to litigate, but does the bite that put me unconscious, because that was the bite that landed, does that actually count as a failure as well?
Yes. So the first attack was the grapple. The second was the bite. The third would have been to finish you off, but the shadow sacrificed itself to save you in its stead. So your heroism caused the shadow to have a change of heart. So that was the beast.
What'd you say, Aria?
Because it was evil.
So that was the beast's turn. Now it's going to be Wynn's turn. I'm gonna skip Bathos because let's say that was one.
Again? Again, Marty? And I slam another melon into his face.
Awesome.
Do I deserve a melon at this point? I'm not sure if I deserve a melon.
I deserve a melon.
Also, canonically, I'm pretty sure this is the same day we resurrected you.
We sacrificed my dad for you.
I'm pretty sure this is the same day.
So regardless of the guilt trips, go ahead and roll a d20 to see how much.
He gets 20
HP.
back.
Okay, you get 20 HP back. So Wynn, it's your turn.
Do I still have the permanently cut HP?
You do not, since the shadow is gone.
I don't deserve it back.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Bonus action saved Marty's life again. And then I would like to do a changeling check on Bathos.
You don't have to roll. He's not a changeling.
The horse is dumb.
He was.
Then I want to stab him.
You want to stab the horse or Bathos? 'Cause the horse is
I would
there.
never
Okay.
stab Tony.
Okay, cool.
Tony's
Not here.
Cool.
Tony
not
got
even
all
here.
my head.
So since Bathos is prone, you have advantage on this attack.
Does he look almost dead?
No, I mean he looks hurt,
Right.
but he looks okay for the most part.
But for the rule of cool, would you say I could kill him with my shadow dagger and he might disappear into the realm? It's fine. I stab him with my
I'll tell you
regular...
what. If you roll a 19 or a 20, the shadow dagger is gonna work.
Don't though.
Yeah, but I don't... It'll be useless forever.
It's the last episode.
The last episode. I'm gonna try. Okay.
We all come tumbling out of the portal, and you just shove a melon in my face, then try to stab him with a shadow dagger.
Now, the first one was a 15.
Mm-hmm. Plus your modifier, right?
Yeah, I mean 15. Oh, wait, if I can get a 19 or 20.
Yeah, with your attack.
I thought you needed me to roll a 19 or 20.
No.
Oh, yeah, 15 plus 6 is 21, baby.
Okay, so Win, you are blasted out of the Shadow Realm, and you are singed. And you see Bathos is lying there, and the darkness oozes off of him. And you take the dagger that you have, and you jam it right in his. You stab him in the back.
Well, is he on his front? I stab whatever part is within reach.
Okay, cool. You stab him in the back, and you see as you do, he's like, and like all of this darkness flows out of him, and it
good.
immediately gets sucked into the pit, and his body starts to decay, and it turns into sand, and is blown away in the wind. Bathos is dead.
Dagger.
I want my condolences, Skulldana.
She's gone.
She is dead. She
Destroyed,
was
right?
disintegrated in the explosion.
And I'm just deliriously saying that to space.
To the air.
So you all are essentially out of combat now. All the combatants have been killed or captured. And Fee comes up to you, Madie, and he's like, "Only you can stop this."
I've been trying to stop this, but I was waiting for my turn.
You should ask Fatima about the orb.
What'd you say, Aria?
We should ask Fatima about the orb.
Yeah, she didn't know.
So
I did a general, like, everybody, and nobody showed up.
I'm sorry, Madie. So Wynn killed Bathos. He's dead. So let's just go to Madie now. What would you like to do?
Oh, right. Well, I mean, I feel I have this orb. Now my friends are out of the hole, so I'm going to try to see what I can do. So I put my hands in the orb and try to make it work.
So as you touch the orb, go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah. 16.
Awesome. So you hold the orb and a bright light begins to glow from it, and all of the portals begin to close around you. And as they do so, you hear the beast cry out, and its claw reaches through the middle portal and crashes on the ground as it tries to pull itself out. And you see these tentacles are coming out of the portal and waving all over the place.
Is there anything we can do about that?
You can most certainly try. Madie, as you are holding on to the orb, it seems like there's something more you need to do to close the middle portal.
If there's anything, I want to prepare an action that if any tentacle or claw gets near Madie, I want to attack it.
Awesome.
I want to create a changeling, tiefling, Aarakocra shield
Okay, so
between the monster and Madie.
can I ask, like, does anybody have any other ideas? I'm trying to figure out how to finish this. This is like, we're almost there.
I also put my hands on the orb.
Okay. as the creature comes out, the beast comes out of this portal, the airship lands, and Fatima, Orpheus, Keith, everyone starts fighting the creature, slashing at its tentacles, protecting you, Madie. Wynn and Marty are fighting as well. And Aria comes over and places her hand on the orb with you. And as she does, the light that was surrounding Aria, the aura, shoots into the orb through her hand. And you both feel this power course through you. And there's an explosion of light. As the explosion of light happens, Madie, you are in this empty void of whiteness, and it's just you and Fee. And he's standing there, but he looks different. He's wearing like these robes that you've never seen him wear before. And he has a pin on his collar, and it's like a yin yang, except both sides of it are black. And he's like, well, I guess you did it. Both of us have finally found our destinies, but there's still one thing that remains to be seen. Are you going to bring the humans back? Because if you do, you'll have to sacrifice yourself.
Now, when you say bring the humans back, do you mean like they get to live, or they're like zombies, or what's this deal?
You see, he smiles at you and he's like, always clarify with the genie. And he touches his nose. He walks over and holds out his hand. And he says, let me show you.
Okay, I take his hand.
You take his hand, and as you do, you see a future where Yashan is thriving. There are humans, and you see adventurers, you see politicians, you see blacksmiths, you see sailors, you see people living their lives. And you see Yashan has fully blossomed into the world that it used to be. And you see Broken Rock has become the island of open arms again. And there's essentially a safe haven there for everyone. And you see that you come back to this void with Fee, and he says, that's what you could have. Well, what your friends could have at least. But everything comes at a price, unfortunately. My magic isn't powerful enough to make it happen without a sacrifice.
So, I mean, I kind of like the world the way it is. And this isn't just about myself. I'm just saying, like, why would I, like, something happened. I'm not going to artificially change it. Like, why would we want to bring the humans back?
You see Fee looks at you and is like, I don't know. I'm not a human. But I just thought that maybe you would want there to be other people like you.
I already have people like me, my friends. So, okay. So what happens if I don't bring the humans back? Are we gonna like still be fighting skeletons and all that business, or is all of that over with?
So as you say that I already have people like me, my friends, Fee smiles and he says, it sounds like you've already made your choice. What'll happen if you don't bring the humans back is what's happening now. You'll be an adventurer. There'll be heroes. There'll be villains. There'll be good times and bad, ups and downs, just like there's always been.
Yeah, okay. Yes, that one.
Fee smiles and touches his pendant. And as he does, one of the sides that's black turns to white. And they spin around for a while, and there's a flash of light again. And maybe you're back on the roof of the palace with everyone, and the portal closes as the beast is swallowed into it. And there's silence for a moment. And then the portal explodes into a pillar of light. and you see that as it does so, the land around you begins to be replenished. The dark mist that was flowing out into Broken Rock is all destroyed and dissipates, and the clouds that were covering the sky are gone as well. And then the pillar of light slowly fades away, and Fee is gone, but you all are there, and you've saved Yashan.
Man, I died like 3 times.
Again.
So
Aria, boss.
Thank you, Aria. So I want to tell them what happened. And so I tell them what I just went through with Fee. By the way, first of all, I start with Fee, total baby god, kind of awesome.
What?
I told you he was amazing.
Yeah,
feel like
way
He cheats at
amazing.
cards.
So I heard
Yeah,
the 2
yeah.
words
And then
that
I
you
tell them
said,
everything that
but
happened.
I don't understand.
Oh, I can't hear you.
I heard baby god.
Baby god.
Baby god.
Baby God.
I understand what those 2 words mean individually.
It's
but
kind of like the
next
phrase
to each
boss
other
baby.
Like that.
He's a baby and also a boss.
He's like a mini god.
Fee is definitely some kind of being with supernatural powers. So as you relay the information of everything you've experienced to everyone there, you see that your friends and your family all rush over. You see that Antagon Owlfeather and the Zandarian army are starting to march toward the palace. They have Churlish with them in chains, and you see that the army is cheering like, ah! And the people of Broken Rock start to come out of their homes. And it seems like there's a bright new day in Yashan now that you all have vanquished the Sovereign of Death. So before we close out, I'd like to do an epilogue. So just a flash forward to see where your characters end up after everything happens. So we'll go around and everybody just kind of give me a sense of what your character's up to. So we're going to jump ahead. And this is probably about 5 to 6 months later. So things have stabilized in the region. Broken Rock has a democracy now, and when your mom Mithrika is the first elected leader on the council, and there is a council of people who makes decisions now in Broken Rock, and there are other parts of Yashan that are looking to adapt a similar model.
Did she get a divorce from Wynn's dad?
No. So they're still together. He's still doing his Robin Hood thing, but he's more cautious about who he trusts now. So why don't we go around and see where everyone is? So Aria, do you want to go first? Where is Aria 6 months after saving the world from the Sovereign?
Aria is looking for the next sensible replacement for Eldris and Robin, and trying to provide guidance for a new upcoming wave of Feathered Fist monks who were, feeling the void in leadership in Elderson's stead, and just trying to help rebuild Broken Rock as much as possible, though I look forward to rejoining the Glee Club.
So yeah, Aria, you have this this gi now that has the symbol of the Feather Fist on it, and your best friend Thea is with you, and she stops with you for a moment as you're walking on your journey to find a new potential leader for the order, as well as new recruits. And she turns to you and she says, "Why don't you take Elderson's place?"
I think my place is with my friends. I know that sounds kind of weird and nonsensical and maybe immature, but I've done amazing things with them that other groups can't do. And I think that's really where I need to be.
She smiles and she's like, "I've always loved how sentimental you are." And she starts to walk
Punch your
ahead.
arm.
You all you walk together on your quest to find the new leader before you return to the Glee Club. Marty, what has Marty been up to in the last 6 months?
I imagine, among other things, one big thing he is doing is running a support group called Life After Multiple Deaths for people who find themselves in situations where they have died or nearly died multiple times, and dealing with that and finding ways to exist normally in a world where having survived death, you could be tempted to make very dumbass decisions. And I run this group, this community of people. I try to find peaceful ways to assist the community. Sometimes I'll use my barbarian rage to move something heavy, but for the most part, I scrapbook wedding ideas secretly for my friends and people that I care about. I'm looking forward to what my next adventure and the next version of me will look like, because if I've learned anything by now, it's that the version of me that exists now isn't the one that has to exist in the future.
You see at your business where you run a counseling service, a lot of adventurers come and speak to you, a lot of people from the Hero Adventuring Academy, and the headmaster there, the new headmaster, has erected a statue at the academy in your honor, as well as a statue of Gravis and those that fought at Stone Snarry. And you see that your service becomes a cornerstone of the adventurer's experience, and your business thrives in the land of Yishan.
I wear the sad jorts now. Maybe that has something to do with it. I feel like I've earned it.
Yeah,
at this point.
You're rocking the jorts, and they were handed down to you, and now you wear them with honor.
In honor of a great man.
What about Wynn? Where is Wynn now?
Wynn took a several month-long vacation where she took a long nap, just the longest of naps. And then I think she got back to work, like, restoring Broken Rock, because a big, horrible battle of darkness took over, and I think she was on the campaign trail with her mom for a bit in the city. And I think she was trying to hunt down to see if any of her other friends survived after that battle. And then just taking it easy, like going back to the soup kitchen and spending some time with Orpheus and seeing what's going on there. And listen, she doesn't know what she wants, and I don't know what Orpheus wants, but I think that they're going to just spend a lot of time together.
Yeah, so you're spending a lot of time at the soup kitchen rebuilding Broken Rock. And one day while you're at the soup kitchen, it's a normal day, and Orpheus is usually there with you, but she's running late. And you see she shows up, and it's a pretty loud, busy day in the soup kitchen. But she walks over to you and she's like, "Hey, can I talk to you for a second?"
Yes, but you have to help me hand out some more of these mashed potatoes first.
Yeah, sure. And there's a kid walking by, and she grabs the kid. She's like, "Hey, do the mashed potato thing." And then she grabs you out. She's like, "Come on."
Not exactly what I meant, but okay.
So she takes you in the back, and she's like, "Hey, so," and she uses her robot arm to kind of scratch her head nervously, and she's like, I don't really know how to say this, but I made this for you." And she pulls out a box and hands you the box.
I'm very impressed. This is a great box.
Oh,
it's great craftsmanship.
Open the box, you goof.
Okay, open the box.
You open the box, and inside there is a locket, and it has a little clasp where you can open it.
You made this?
Yeah, I did, and you didn't see the best part yet.
Okay. I open it.
You open it, and there is a photo of you and your best friends, all of you from when you were all younger. And it was the last photo that you all took together before you left. And she looks at you and she says, "We probably can't get them back, but that doesn't mean that we have to forget about them."
You're right. This is perfect. Thank you, Orpheus.
She smiles and she's like, Yeah, it is. And she kisses you on the cheek, and then kind of blushes and walks away really fast.
You're stupid.
So, Madie, where is Madie now? 6 months later.
Okay, so, well, now Hell for Leather has a new arm of their company. My blacksmithing has become part of Hell for Leather, so that she's able to kind of create a new. And we manufacture a lot of her products now. Keith and I went into business together. And, and we're working on stuff. We think we're going to save the human race, but we don't want to rush into things, We kind of jump-started our relationship at the beginning. So yeah. So I'm just like, every day, just going to the office, making some cool stuff that Fatima created, and just waiting for our next adventure.
Awesome. So Keith, he teaches fashion for young orcs. Is like a class that he teaches of how to be a handsome orc man. And one day after he finishes class, he comes over in like this tailor-made suit that he has, and he comes over to you and he says, "Hey, I don't know if you're into this kind of thing, but like today's our anniversary, and I was thinking we could do something special." And he pulls out a thing of metal flowers for you, and he's like, "I've been working on my blacksmithing skills."
Oh, that's amazing! I love it.
He hands them to you, and he's like, we never had that date in the dunes. We could do that now.
Oh my god, they did it!
Yes, absolutely. I'm trying to remember. I still have that dress. Let me go grab it real quick. Can I go and put on that blue dress that matches his skin so nice?
Yeah. So in your blue dress and in his super tight tailor-made suit, you all walk outside, and you have this flying airship that Fatima built for you all, and you get in it and you fly off towards your date in the dunes together. And Keith and Madie are going as strong as ever. So that is all that we have for you all for Realms and Roleplay presents Sovereign of Death. Thank you so much for going on this journey with us. We hope that you had as much fun watching as we did playing and having you all here. We'll be back later for more seasons, so check back and see what we have for you. And as always, take care. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.